Seeing that?
You win.
You seeing that? We're checking out the 8bitdo M30 Bluetooth controller. There's also a 2.4 gigahertz variant of this, but if you like this style, the Sega style controller, it is cool. It works for the Raspberry Pi, the Switch, many other systems. Let's unbox it, check it out, show you some fixes, and play some games. Alright, so here it is in all of its beauty. Nice box, similar box to all their other controllers. It's got a sleeve, and then there's the box inside. Do know this works for the Switch, it works for Android, Windows, Raspberry Pi, pretty much on most devices that have a Bluetooth receiver in them or that you can add one to it. Now on first opening, it's actually quite light. You know, this is a Bluetooth controller, so there's a battery in there, but there is no vibrators on this one. There's no feedback, rumble pack, whatever you want to call it. So that actually lightens it quite a bit. It is a 6-button layout. You do get some bumpers up at the top. You have these indicator lights all the way on the bottom. That's the newer 8bitdo. The older ones only had like one light, and it kind of sucked because you didn't know how much like battery life you had left. You didn't know which mode it was in. And so those indicator lights definitely make it more user-friendly. You can see the screw holes on the back. That's the cool thing about 8bitdo is they do sell aftermarket parts and replacement parts. So if something does go wrong, you can probably fix it yourself or replace the battery if you had to. It's not as easy as the new SN30 Pro Plus, but it's still pretty nice. These are bumpers, they're not triggers. They're just very short throws on them. There's a start button, and then you do get the turbo button, the select button, and then the flag button that you can bind as well. The 8-way D-pad, I love it. That's actually one of my favorite things about the controller, is it kind of reminds me of a small arcade stick when you think about, you know, the D-pad combination with the buttons. Here's the Hyperkin controller, a wired controller. That's about $10 to $15 cheaper, but it's wired. It's much lighter. You don't get bumpers on it. You don't get 6 buttons on it either. So, or actually you do, you get the 6 buttons. You don't get the bumpers on it. And then honestly, the D-pad on the 8bitdo is far superior. The other thing, the 8bitdo is USB Type-C. You supposedly can connect it via the cable for some connectivity, but it also charges really fast because of that cable. And then there's an instruction manual. And then later in this video, I'll share with you the really easy to do updated firmware on this controller. So let's go ahead and set this up on my Raspberry Pi, play some games, and then lastly, at the end of the video, I'll show you the firmware. And so in order to do this, I think it's a network, Bluetooth. I'm just using the Xbox 360 controller to set this all up. Register and connect a Bluetooth device. So it's searching. Let's go ahead and hit the sync button at the top of the controller here. And now these little lights are flashing back and forth on the bottom. Hey, there we go. You can go ahead and hit 1, press OK, OK, OK. All right, successfully registered. Cool. All right, let's back out. Go hit start in your controller, configure input, and now it says 2 gamepads. So now get rid of this and switch over to. Okay, we got B as in B, X. They're going with X or Y on the controller. Y, they're going with A on the controller, and then they're going left shoulder, right shoulder. No triggers. So we're going to skip that. No thumbs, no analogs. All we want to do is our hotkey enable. And see, now we're utilizing all the buttons. All right, Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm already really liking this controller. It fits great in my hand. I love the 8-way D-pad. These left and right triggers, you don't really need them. But whatever, it's all good. They're very much Super Nintendo-y. Yeah, so I think that this is the right way to map it. A lot of things people say is there's input lag. I don't get it. This is totally playable. I know there's some snobs out there though. I'd way rather give up some very minute lag to a way better gaming experience. too light, but it's not light enough to where it feels flimsy either. Woo! And if I remember right, you still gotta kind of keep tails out of the way of these bombs. $140 coins, okay. Come up here, bro. We need to collect. Did we get it? Yes! Bro, get off me.
Finish him.
Yeah.
Baraka wins. Fatality.
My controls. This time I'm gonna go with what I'm up, down, left, right, start, select, and I like to do A, B, X, Y, L, R. Okay, it missed that one, so I gotta go back through. So now I gotta skip all these. You just gotta hold down one of the buttons. Select, and then I need to go back up because I missed one. If you miss one, you just got to go back, hit your A button, and redo it. There you go. Now I'm good. Sometimes it skips. Not a big deal. All right, so I like to switch A and B and X and Y, but that's just me. You could do, you know, A, B. You could do B, A, just like this, and Y and X. But I did the opposite. All right, and now, like, this would be great for Super Nintendo. Ooh. Seeing that? You seeing that? I might actually switch my controls on this one a little bit. Ooh. Damn, she got wrecked. Easy, easy. So another thing to consider is their website. They have something called the Ultimate Software, and my understanding is that it doesn't work on the M30, but the upgrade tool does, and you can go ahead and update the firmware. If you want, you can always just look at the update log and you see what the different versions do. So you would be getting version 1.1.4, and it fixes Bluetooth for the Switch. It fixes issue with Super Smash Brothers. It fixes another thing for the Switch, LED indicator. And you can just download the firmware and update it manually, or I actually really like their firmware upgrade tool. I'll show you how that works. Okay, so here's the updater, and you can see that I have my USB, I have just the controller hooked up with USB, not Bluetooth. And I can go to other here, and I can actually pick which version of the firmware I want, and you can check the log. So there used to be a battery indicator issue on some of these, so I can go ahead and update it, and it will go ahead and update all this for me, and it's just a really short process. And as you see, it's now successfully updated. That's simple. Very, very easy to do. All right, so there you have it. The 8bitdo M30. Really cool little controller here. Liking it a lot. What's there to say? Love the 8-way. You got, oh, it does have turbo mode as well. I didn't really mess with that, but you just hold down the turbo button. So like for a game like Metal Slug, you just keep it firing, or shoot 'em up. You know, you just keep your plane firing. It does have the triggers on the top. It has a sync button. It does have battery indicators as well. Older 8bitdo controllers don't have that. I believe there's also a battery in here that you can replace. You just have to open this all up. It also has other parts to it that are replaceable if you're a hardcore gamer. Weight-wise, it's right in the sweet spot. You would think with a battery in here it'd be heavy as hell. It's not at all. It's actually almost too light, if I would say anything. The design is amazing. I think it might be cool with a little longer of a throw on here, but I can see the portability being better with this. It's really small form factor. Overall, loving it. Love the finish. It's all plastic, so there is no rubber. I'm sure if you wanted to, you can coat it, or put a skin on it. That's up to you. It also does have the mounts here for a mobile phone. That's what those little indentations are. And then it's USB Type-C, so it's going to take advantage of faster recharge times and things. So that's really cool. These are the new line. If you go for like the SN30 or older controllers, it's all micro USB. So USB Type-C is the future, and so it's good to have those. So overall, amazing controller. If I was only to buy one 8bitdo controller though, I would get the SN30 Pro. That's just my opinion. It just plays more systems. But if you just want to add something to your arsenal, good for fighting games, Sega Genesis, things like that, and this one is cheaper, this one is definitely a solid choice. Anyways, that's what I think. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.